Something I get asked a lot is sound healing real? Does it work? Is it fake? You know, they see it on Instagram, they see all the people laying around the bowls being played, and they're like, oh, does it even work? So is sound healing placebo? I think we can all think of someone right now who, when they talk and use sound, we get annoyed. They're just using sound, but it's triggering a response inside of us. And how much control do we have over that response? Let's start off with what is the placebo effect. So, the placebo effect is a phenomenon in which a person experiences a real improvement in their condition after receiving a treatment that has no therapeutic value. The improvement occurs because the person believes that the treatment is effective, not because the treatment itself has any actual healing properties. It's the power of belief and the body's response to this belief, mindset. An easy example is back in the day, we gave my friend a fake ecstasy pill, and even though it's fake, he started talking different and trying to connect and touch everything. That's placebo. So a sound healing placebo? No, sound is obviously real, and since the beginning of time, it's had an effect on us. All sounds heal, hurt, agitate. Some of you right now are bored, while some of you are interested. It's all how different sounds resonate. Let's look at some quick examples. Modern medicine uses high frequency sound waves to break up kidney stones and treat muscle injuries. Some people experience euphoria and intense pleasure from certain sounds. Some people can orgasm off sound alone. Certain people's voices can trigger emotional responses, happy or fear-based. That's all sound. Pythagoras was said to use musical intervals and frequencies as healing techniques. Mosquito devices are machines that give off a sound which most adults can't hear, but which irritate children and young people. They are marketed as a safety and security tool for preventing youth from hanging out in certain areas. Some ancient temples were designed to produce specific acoustic effects. Pyramids are speculated to have real sound chambers. In scream therapy, patients yell and scream to release deep-seated emotional pain. In World War II, the Nazis used loudspeakers to broadcast Hitler's speeches and propaganda to manipulate and control the population's mindset. Could go on and on and on. But the point is that sound is real, it has real effects. Sound therapy can cause measurable changes in the body, such as lower blood pressure, reduced cortisol levels, and improved heart rate. These effects indicate that sound has a direct impact on the body beyond just belief. Brain imaging techniques like the fMRI or EEG show that sound therapy can alter brainwave patterns and activity. When people ask this question, I don't think they're asking if sound is real. I think they just see how woo-woo it can be glamorized and dressed up on Instagram of people laying around, like I said, with tuning forks and instruments and people chanting. They don't take it seriously, and so they make fun of it, or they don't think it's effective, or they haven't had their own personal experience with it, or if they have, it's been a bad one. But I can tell you firsthand from being in the industry for years that I've seen people cry, scream, fall asleep, exorcism type behavior. I've watched instruments shatter around certain people while playing. You also have sound therapy practitioners who don't know what they're doing and think just because they bought a set of bowls or instruments that no matter how they play them that they're healing people, which is false. And I see this really only being a thing in the sound healing industry, because if it was on guitar or piano or any other instrument, people would say it's out of tune and it doesn't sound good. But usually sound healers bypass this, because if it sounds good, good. But if it sounds dissonant, well, that's how we break up energy, and that's what it's meant for. And it was meant for you, and what's meant for you is what's meant for you, and this is what's being channeled. And I will say that there's a difference versus someone really channeling and someone who just doesn't know what they're doing and uses that as an excuse. What you got to consider is that everything is a tool. Think of a gun. It can be used to protect or to murder an innocent. It's how it's wielded, the intention, skill, and mindset of the individual. If a practitioner understands energy, intention, energy centers, music theory, meridians, if you understand how to hold space for someone, if you understand if they have PTSD or depression and how sound could trigger different emotional responses within that person, what their health issues are, what their triggers are, if you can get them to drop their defenses and skepticism, and not so that you can heal them, because that's not how it works, but so that they will feel safe enough in a space where they will allow themselves to heal themselves. You were just a facilitator. Think of a dietitian. A dietitian doesn't force food down your mouth, but they can give you a roadmap. This is about the facilitation of healthy environments for all of our senses, not just hearing. Sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. What this is about is, unless it's a fuck yes, then it's a fuck no. It's about being authentic and surrounding ourselves with harmony, integrating with it, and then embodying it so that we can become the harmony ourselves. Remember, the tools are only to show us what we already have inside us. After all, we created them. So, is sound healing real? Yes, but you also have to believe that you can be healed. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll be uploading videos on all things sound related, mostly reviewing different sound healing literature. Yeah, thank you guys for stopping in.